Here we go. Up and over. Nice and smooth. This one will bank us over about 25 degrees. Maybe we'll get a little bit more, so watch our roll gauge there. I'm going to try to get up high, maybe get us a little bit more than 25. Come off of here. I just saw 29 there for a second. 30. Here we go.
Wow.
Nice and slow here because it's a sharp turn. So now we have our clearance. These steps are about 10 inches, but we have 10.8 of ground clearance under us. So we're going to go up and over. It's bumpy, so hang on to your phone.
That's good. That's good for me.
And keep right on going. If we did hit anything, we have steel skid plates underneath protecting all the vital components.
That's essential.
We're going to stop right here for a second. This will be 40 degrees of incline. Get to the top, we'll be 23 feet up. Here we go. We'll be looking at the ceiling on the way up. We'll see rafters and sprinkler heads. Here we go. Now look to the right out there. We're about 23 feet up. You got a really nice view of the show out there. Okay, we're going to keep right on moving. I don't know what's in front of us because I don't have a spotter. We could be driving off a cliff, so let's go back to the camera. So we're not even starting down, but I can see all the way down and know that it's clear and it's safe to go. So here we go. I can also stop, even though we're on a 40 degree, it'll hold.
Wow.
I'll let off the brake. I'm not touching the brake now. We're just using the gears on the way down. For this obstacle, I'm going to drive across here and I'm going to use the camera and this screen. And I'm going to put that V in that center there between these grid lines. So when we drive across, I'll be looking here instead of outside. So let me get us lined up. Here we go. All right, I'm going to the screen and the camera to drive across here without looking outside. Here we go. Cool piece of technology. Drop right here. I'm going to swing wide because we got a big, long vehicle. And I'm going to go back to roll and pitch. All of the Rubicon models have a front sway bar that can be disconnected by pushing this button. It gives the front axle 25% more articulation. So as we climb up this, the axles are going to be doing this separately as we go up. I'm going to stop at the top and try to stop us right around 0 degrees on both. Let's see if we can get close to that. Might have a little nose down. 1 and 1, that's pretty good. So if you think about it, any wheel in the air, it can't drive you and it can't stop you. So the idea with that articulation is to have all 4 wheels in constant contact with the ground. So you have your maximum traction, maximum braking. All right, there you go, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you record, I won't be able to talk about the car. But when you're done recording, let me know.
Kevin, can you stop recording so I can ask questions? You for it?
Stop recording, I can give you the spiel, kind of let you know something about the car.
Yeah, I'd like to actually know. So I'll stop when we stop. That doesn't help. Okay.
I can tell you about it. So 601 horsepower all the time, 641 for 10 seconds. So you get 40 horsepower boost with this orange button. 0 to 60 is 3.2 seconds. Has a lot of really cool performance features to kind of have some fun with this vehicle. So it's really focused on performance. So it doesn't really have as many options for bells and whistles as a regular 5. So it's all one trim level at $66,100.
And that's the price?
That's the price. 221 miles of range, but it charges really fast, 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. And has a drift optimizer, so even though it's an all-wheel drive SUV, it'll actually drift pretty well. Or what's really cool is you can actually shift the torque distribution 10% at a time, either direction, as much as you want to. And you can hear that artificial transmission. So it even does like little rev matches on downshifts.
Sounds like gasoline.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you want it to sound a little different, has a couple other sounds here. Show you all those real quick. So this one's supposed to be the future of N. Evolution. It's kind of cool sounding. And then you got one that sounds like a fighter jet, supersonic. It's pretty neat. Alright, and the easy gas right here. Alright. Any other questions before you hop out?
So what's the price of the Ioniq 9?
They haven't come out with numbers just yet.
It's like brand new type of thing?
It is. This is a pre-production model, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Do you know like the range on it? That's still to be determined.
Still to be determined.
Fair enough.
So let's just enjoy the ride in this thing.
We're going to Fort.
Say again?
We're going to Fort.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you.
We're going to Fort. He's asking if you're going to floor it.
Floor it. I can give it some gas on the way back.
But I think it's electric, so it's electric.
All electric. Yep. Alright, give it a little bit of gas here. You'll feel it kind of slowly get there. And that's me touching the gas pedal about that much. Because polished concrete floor and giving it gas.
Oh, I get it. It's not
Wheel spin.
suitable.
It's not going to do much. Not on this surface.
I like hearing wheel spin.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Want to hear it?
Are you guys having fun so far?
Yeah. I'm having fun. I'm recording all of these actual rides.
Cool. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this one.
Thank you very much.
You guys have a good day.
So I've seen all the videos in this, and this performed really well for trucks.
Yeah.
I'm recording.
Yeah, in terms of range on trucks, I think this one
Definitely
is the best.
has the best.
Yeah. Out of all the EVs we have, this one is the most jam-packed with just stuff.
Everything, yeah.
It's got everything.
Does it
Air
have
suspension, four-wheel steering.
Does this have a secret compartment?
Like up here? Not really up here. It's got a little like place to put your phone or whatever, but
Wireless? Is your wireless charging?
yep. Yeah, they all have wireless charging.
Is there Type-C ports?
Huh? Yeah,
Type-C
Type-C ports. No Type A ports, just Type-C.
Can you replace parts if they break?
I mean, yeah, just like you can with any car.
Is there a cover for the Type-C parts?
Cover? No. Actually, there's not. There's only a cover for the 12 volt.
What if the 12 volt cover breaks? Can you replace it?
I'm sure you can. I mean, those things are normally pretty easy to replace. Just take it to a dealer and it's pretty cheap. I'm surprised Rivian still has their van out here. Oh, they're not using it.
It's all storage.
Yeah, looks like it.
I thought it was. I mean, I almost thought it was going to be used for test drives.
It was yesterday. Yesterday was a fleet day. So we had the Bright Drop out here, which is our version of the van. A bunch of basically EV utility companies were out here yesterday. Yeah, This guy has like 750 horsepower.
So much
What's the range of this?
450
450 what?
kilowatt? I mean, 450 miles.
Under what strain?
Normal mile.
Just normal driving. If you're doing more, you're doing wide open watts or anything like
You're
that,
gonna consume a lot
you're
more
going to
power.
consume a lot more power.
So, like, what consistency of normal driving is the
Normal
measuring?
driving, it's self-explanatory.
Just your everyday stuff. We're talking like
Oh,
on the highway,
just
commuting
estimates?
to work.
Just not really exactly a specific standard to measure it, but a estimate.
Like just
Nothing
kind of
excessive.
just if you're driving to work every day, that type of stuff.
Or you just do road trips every day.
Road trips every day. I mean, you'll get a little bit. If you're consistently going like 80 miles an hour, you'll get a little bit less range. But if you're going like 60 miles an hour, cruise control on, you'll probably get pretty close to that.
Let's
yeah.
say you drive whenever you're not sleeping or eating.
Has a lot of weight.
And when you're
You'll get the same range. Yeah.
so if you drive whenever you're not sleeping or eating or using the restroom, and whenever you're just doing stuff, it's always driving non-stop around the country.
You'll still get like 450. You just gotta stop and charge.
Oh. Even if you accelerate it to get up to the speed limit all the time?
If you're constantly like flooring it, you'll get less.
I mean, not like flooring it illegally, but to the speed limit.
Then you'll get again about the same. Acceleration is always going to be the biggest load on your motor. You have to overcome inertia, and it's going to drain your battery the fastest. So if you're constantly accelerating, slowing down, you'll lose a little bit of range there. And you notice over the bumps, it's a little bit more comfortable.
What's
than
your
others.
favorite used car?
Years?
Used.
Used car. I mean, favorite car in general. The list is too long.
What's your favorite
I like
used
a lot.
discontinued car?
Discontinued car? Discontinued car. Let me think about discontinued cars.
Maybe like a CD player out of cassette, for example? Player?
The Volkswagen Corrado I like a lot. It's got a cassette deck in it. It's got a 6-cylinder. Those are pretty solid.
Do you like the Honda Odyssey with the DVD players?
Honda Odysseys are very solid cars.
I think they're a van.
Yeah, they are.
Like, can you imagine one with the DVD players? Like, I think my adoptive mom owned one with the DVD players, and my adoptive dad said that that didn't make sense why she got rid of it. It was still good. She could have kept it.
Those will last a while.
There's no reason to get rid of it, she said.
Anything from Japan will.
Pretty much, yeah.
Preventative maintenance.
Pretty much. Do your oil changes, you'll be fine.
What about PlayStation 5 Pro? How much maintenance is that?
That requires very little maintenance. Alright. There we go. Yeah, these trucks are quite nice. The four-wheel steering helps with how large and how long they are. They drive small.
I'm sure it wears the tires.
Any reliable car is nice.
Believe it or not as much as you would think. I've driven the Hummers a lot, driven these a good amount. It is. We'll stop here.
How would Hummers do you drove?
It's very minimal extra wear on the back.
Do you drove
Just keep rotating the tires, it'll be fine.
Makes sense.
the gasoline Hummers?
No, the electric Hummers, the new ones. All right. You guys are good to go.
Thank you, bye.
You guys been having a good day so far?
It's a slow start for what I can do.
Do you currently drive EV?
I have a plug-in hybrid.
Nice. So you thinking of going all the way?
It's more so like cost and practicality. It's like, because I do drive between here and Phoenix, so it's what I can afford as a college student, and like just the practicality of chargers.
I think they should break the. Sorry,
It's
go
like
ahead.
355 miles at like 75 to 85 miles an hour.
I think they should bring the Toyota hydrogen cars here.
My cart takes about 10 gallons to get to and from. And I know. Has Jim got access to Tesla chargers yet or no?
They said in this year everyone will have access.
That's
to it.
nice. Because
what
that's
I've
the main
heard.
network that I feel like actually works.
That's the whole website.
It's all good. It's a very narrow street, I get it.
So one pedal's on. You're familiar with how that works.
What's the range of this car?
319 is the range.
For what are you doing to the car to get that range?
What am I what?
What are you doing to that car to get that range?
What do you mean?
Are you aggressively putting it on a dyno?
That's EPA rated range.
That's,
On a dyno?
No, they don't dyno
you
test
can
it.
accelerate here. So this one's gonna get 213 horsepower, 236 pounds of torque. This is front wheel drive. We do have all-wheel drive as an option as well. And under drive modes, I normally keep it in sport mode. But you also have my mode where you can customize it to your preference. You can change things like your steering, your suspension, and sound.
Is this a Chevy?
Yes.
Do you own any Chevys?
Do I own any?
C, yes.
Yes, and then we'll make it right here. So then another cool thing I like about this is that you have your region on the man braking panel on the left. So that pours back into the battery and another option for braking. Yeah, you just press and hold it.
Do you keep your Chevys up to date or do you drive older ones?
Do I keep them up to date?
Like, do you replace them or do you drive old ones?
I only have one.
Do you got it
I don't
used?
have any old ones. I wish I had old ones.
So I
Wish
guess,
I had some classics.
did you got it used?
No.
What model is it?
An Equinox.
Oh, so it must be some year model, I guess. I'll just stop talking for now.
Then you have you do have hands-free super cruise. It's gonna tow up to 1,500 pounds. So if you're looking for more speed, you would want to go with all-wheel drive, where that can get you get 288 horsepower.
What if you're not looking for speed, but you're looking for acceleration?
If you're still looking for acceleration, it's still gonna require more horsepower if you want a fast acceleration.
I think any car you can possibly buy today new from a dealership is going to be really fast and accelerate really high because that's how every modern car is. It's not like the olden days where they're like 50 miles per hour maximum speed or something like that.
Do you want me to back in
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
And you can just
that the
Perfect.
seat vibrates. It's a unique feature.
Mm-hmm. So when you open the door, I'm sure he's going to be able to turn off.
Cord.
Feel free to put her in drive and obviously make sure you're ready first.
Yeah.
All right. This guy's pretty nice.
How do I turn up the regen? It's like paddles.
So, if you this button here, this should turn it on. You get set level. You have off, normal, and high. Do
Okay.
you want normal or do you want high?
I think normal's fine. So what's the price of this starting at?
So, this guy, I believe, starts at around $40,000. This one here,
For,
Comes
for
up to
base
around-
like spec is
yeah.
looking for economy stuff.
Where's the range of this?
With the, if you're really trying to drive optimized for range, you're looking around 324 miles.
What if you're just driving it illegal if you're on the roads, but non-illegal if you're on private property? What if you're driving that for until it runs out?
I mean, you're gonna get. It all depends on how much throttle you're using. So
If you're trying to like push it to its limits.
trying to run it
What about a
out,
dyno? What about
Yeah.
a dyno? On a dyno.
on a dyno, I mean, dyno, you're only gonna do a quick pull and that's it. But if you're really trying to push it to its limits, you're probably looking closer to 220-ish, probably.
So if you just
Yeah,
ran it
exactly.
non-stop on dyno until it ran out of power,
Yeah, maybe even less than that. I don't know what the actual lower number is. I don't have that information. That would be a good question for the people inside. They've got more
Knowledge.
detailed stuff. Yeah.
do you own these cars? Like,
They're owned by the.
not this car, but do you own your own one of these car company cars?
No, I don't. I'm an independent contractor, so I don't have anything quite this fancy.
Not even a Chevy?
No, I just drive a used car.
Used?
Back at home.
Is it used Chevy?
No,
Not a used Chevy?
no, I drive a Volkswagen.
Simplicity.
I want a used car too, but it's a specific car. It's a Toyota FJ Cruiser with a CD player.
Cruiser, that's a good.
With a CD player.
Yeah, good choice.
And I plan on like investing all my money into it when it becomes a total loss to bring it back to working.
Whatever I can get off the used car lot.
Because I don't really want. I love Toyota FJ Cruisers so much that I don't want them to go extinct.
Current car the insurance company paid for after my other car got totaled.
Yeah,
But
So I got an upgrade.
that's how
by
mine
them,
is too.
I mean the ones with the CD players.
I have from
Alrighty.
a 2008 to a 2013.
I'm driving a 2006, 2011. So about the same jump there.
My adoptive mom drives a Toyota Prius.
I got a Ford Fusion
Priuses
with
are nice.
182,000.
It's a hybrid.
That's good. Most hybrids are pretty alright.
Runs and drives, gets good fuel economy. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
For me, it's
For-
like I look at how much it costs and how much it costs to drive. Is what,
For 99% of people, that's all that is really needed.
as much as I like performance, I consider comfortability,
Yeah.
practicality, and cost are like your big things.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I do day in, day out.
She likes something like
So-
JD Power or something
So
like
for
that.
me, huh?
You like her something like JD Power or something like that.
No, I'm just a freelance driver. So I mean, whoever pays me to drive whatever car, I'll drive. But
Can't complain with that.
yeah. But when I'm trying to find a car, I'm trying to find a balance between performance, price, and power. Because
Yeah.
this is kind of like my whole life. So I like the performance aspect of it.
I
Do
prefer
need the
off-road.
performance aspect of it? Off-road's good too. I've considered that a few times, but I just don't go off-road enough.
Is that a train horn in a car or a train horn in
Yeah.
a trade?
Probably in a car. Scared me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
I like train horns in cars.
Yeah.
I also like train horns in trains.
Train horns are solid.
That must be some type of freight train horn.
It's nice, but I feel like it has a very big like screen.
Yeah, what I think is nice, it's a big screen, but it's not in the way.
It's out of your way.
Yeah, we're gonna pull in front of the trucks here, and we'll kind of back her in.
I got you.
Back her in the spot. Yeah, you know, so many other companies have their screen kind of coming up really tall. This one stays below the hood line, which is nice. So it doesn't impact your vision at all. Alright, crank it. Back the other way. Rad. There you go. Alright, you guys want to drive anything else?
I'll do the Silverado and then I'll do the Equinox and then the Silverado.
I mean, whatever order you want to go in, just
Yeah, you just go wherever.
pretty much.
How's your day going?
It's going alright.
Do I like to call the new Kia cars?
I'm sorry?
Do I like to call the new Kia cars?
No.
The can cars.
Hmm.
And I like to call the old Kia cars Kia cars.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure you're strapped in, please.
So what do these?
You are.
Seatbelt works.
There you go.
What do these buttons do?
This is all home link related
Oh,
system.
it's like garage door.
So yeah, garage door openers if you need that.
So you can see get with your
Careful.
garage door.
I get it. So what's the price of this specific model start around?
They start around 42.6 on the low end. That would be for a rear wheel drive, the slightly smaller battery. These are GT lines.
So it's like the sporty ears.
This is essentially the top of the line in terms of trim, if you're excluding the full-out GT version of the vehicle. And this is just shy of 60. This is like 59.6.
So what's the range of this?
It's like 270-ish.
It depends on
Battery and whether or not
yeah,
it's
and whether it's two-wheel or all-wheel drive. This is about 252 miles.
it's a comfy ride.
What's the train? I mean, what's what is a four-wheel drive? All-wheel drive? What is it?
All-wheel. It
All-
has
all-wheel.
dual electric motors that power in.
Does it have an option to either use the front two wheels or the front back wheels?
No, not as
I
your.
mean
not
by
as your
front,
driver.
I meant rear back wheels, because they're not front, they're rear. That's my bad. For calling it that.
Yeah, and this has got more of a 2/3 of the power in the back, 1/3 of the power in
Makes
the front.
sense.
I think it's 165 kilowatts in the back,
Mhm.
74 kilowatts in the front.
Mhm.
So yeah, so power skewed towards the back, and that's the same with the GT model as well.
What would the range of like a Nero be if you know that off the top of your head?
Nero is right around the same thing. It's about 252.
Yeah. 'Cause I think that's like more economically like priced wise if I'm
Yes.
correct.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Smaller battery, lighter car, charges faster, of course, off to the right here.
Do you know the acceleration speed of this
You're
car?
welcome after this speed bump if you want to
Punch it.
If you want to punch it up to that. I think it's rated at 5.5 seconds, 0 to 60.
How about
And then if you jump into a GT, which is what's in front of us, I think it drops down to 3.4 seconds.
how fast can this go? Not in counting what the speedometer says.
I don't know what it tops out at. I'm sure it's listed someplace, but I don't have that in
It's
my
not really relevant for
in my
legal
brain.
driving.
Right.
Unless
It's
you're a
it's just very
racer
true.
on the racetrack.
Electric on a racetrack kills the battery. The faster you drive, the faster the battery will die.
What electric car would you recommend for someone to rally race on? I mean, with
I have no experience with rally racing, so I couldn't tell you.
do you have any recommendations for electric cars?
He would have to say Kia because he works for Kia.
I would love to say Kia. I actually love the Nero, and I love the. I'm a big fan of the Nero plug-in hybrid as well.
Is it an honor to have this job?
is it an
I mean,
honor?
who wouldn't be blessed working for a car company? You get to give honest reviews about the cars.
I've never thought it in context of it being an honor. I guess I see it as kind of a blessing, you know. I'm incredibly grateful to be able to do what I do.
I mean, having a job in general is always important in this day and age.
I'm pretty sure you get paid a lot to do this.
A comfortable wage, I guess one would
Paid
say.
a fair wage, I would say.
So you from this area, or
Don't complain
where
about
are
it.
you from?
Actually, grew up in suburban Detroit,
Spit boy.
and now my wife and I are in a northwest suburb of Atlanta.
Different change of scenery.
Yeah.
I guess you came here temporarily.
Yes, just for the 2 weeks that we're here.
Do you own Kias?
I do not own a Kia.
Do you own Kias?
Kevin, just stop with the jokes. They're not funny.
To Kevin, I am. And that's all that's important. So what do you think?
It's nice. It's
Yeah.
very nice.
I think this car is.
It's simple, and I like simplicity.
This car drives
yeah,
nice.
This is very, very
I like
intuitive.
that it's all like, I mean, it's a screen, but it's also, you get touch feedback, which is nice.
And also, this sort of serves, this real estate serves double purpose. So if you touch the button up here, it all changes to your entertainment
Oh, that's cool.
system. Now, the only thing that's confusing about that is sometimes we'll have gotten in, we'll adjust the air conditioning, and then I'm like, oh, you have to hear this thing on the radio. And I'm like, why isn't the radio turning on? And I've turned the heat way, way up. It's like 80s, in the 80s, and it's
So I
because
assume
that
this-
doubles as the volume.
I assume this is like your average, like, kilowatt hour usage per mile.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it cancels out the volume?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the volume becomes the temperature control. So there you go. Make
Something
sure
I
you,
would consider.
make sure you
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
very welcome. Bye.
Woohoo! Okay, so everybody's buckled
It
up.
has simple controls. I like that.
Yes.
Every other car is like had to be on the screen. I'm like, I prefer simplicity.
Yeah, it's very intuitive, and this 12.3 screen is really large and encompassing. You'll also see we've got our sports team on here. That's something that you can purchase and have up to 3 teams on. On your left side by the door handle, the bottom left one is going to be a slight lumbar massage element. It's up by the door handle. Up by the door handle, up by the door handle.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
bottom right there, that button. You want to press that and turn it on. Heated and ventilated seats in the front. In the back, you're going to have heated seats.
More
We've got
cooling seats.
our 360 camera, which is super nice. This works while you're going 5 miles or under. You'll also see we've got our camera
Oh,
here.
that's nice.
We can toggle back and forth between the two. So if you've got too much stuff back there, then we can still see out the back.
Yeah, it takes a bit getting used to that.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm just going to have you reverse it a little bit. So go ahead and turn on your left blinker to make sure. There we go. We alert people. We'll scooch back a little bit, and then when we're ready, we'll pull out.
Does this car have cooling seats?
The front does. And so does the back in where you're sitting in these captain chairs. Do you see over here? This is going to be your ventilated seats. So as you've got your blinker on, you'll see that you've got that extra camera view.
That's nice.
With all of our extra sensors and cameras that we have that we're utilizing for the 360.
So is that standard on all the models, or is that like an extra feature you have to buy?
That 360 camera is usually on our mid and premium vehicles. Our base levels are definitely going to have forward and backwards camera, but they might not have that 360 view.
Uh-huh.
We're going to roll through here, and then we're going to make a right at the stop sign after this section of cars, and just keep it like about 10 miles or under.
I get it. You don't want to hit anything.
Yeah, exactly, because they don't have anywhere else to go.
I get it.
What I'm going to have you do is, do you see these toggles here? There's one on the far side, and when I push that, I just made it into level 0. I want you to, once he tells you to go ahead and on the left side, use the plus sign and put it to level 4. And now you're good to go. On the level 4, this is the max level of control for regenerative. So if you let go of the gas,
It regens.
it will brake for you. So it acts like a golf course, like a golf cart. So let's turn it off a little bit of the sensitive, and you can go ahead and roll through, and then speed up. He's saying you can go.
What is the mileage on this
I
car?
don't want to run a
Watch
stop
this.
sign because I went through it earlier, and when the
Ah.
ladies got mad at me, it was like, oh, he said I could go.
Oh, I see. If you want, you can blitz it a little forward here, and then slow down.
What is the mileage on this car?
The range, you mean? The range is going to be 270 miles, and that's on a full charge. In the highway and city combined, you're going to get about 80 miles.
Sorry, I guess the correct term is
Like
range.
80
Yeah,
mpg
no problem.
Comparative type of.
You
thing.
taught me something, I guess. I didn't knew it was called range. I kept calling it mileage while I was here.
Yeah, no, it's always good. And EVs are new, so everybody's learning the language because it's like a whole new way of talking. We're going to be on the right side here.
For gasoline cars,
What's
it's
the
gas
price
mileage.
of the EV9?
So depending on the model, this one doesn't have the electric, and if you want, after you go over the bump, you can speed up again, and then you'll slow down after the parking side. Perfect. So it's got a lot of torque. This has a 275 horsepower. And then you'll
20
shift
horsepower.
and turn right. Yep, 275. And did you ask me a question? I'm so sorry.
Me?
Yes. Oh, you'd asked about price.
Yes.
So usually they're ranging from 77 to 79, depending on which package you go with.
What's like the price of the EV6?
60,000.
You think he was gonna come out with anything like more like economically price wise, or that's to be determined?
We're really trying to be more an it luxury brand. If you're looking for affordable, what I'd
Like
say is
Hyundai
go with
type
exactly. Go with the Nero. The Nero is a great option. A lot of people who are Uber drivers love it because you get great gas mileage. Careful, this car's stopped. And then we're going to turn right into the lane over
So
here.
remember when the Nero first came out, as JD Power, my dad wanted to like basically give a whole bunch of reviews on it, like testing it and the whole.
And then you're going to be on the right side, right by this curb. Oh, that's fine. Never mind.
Right here's fine.
Yep, perfect. And I will get it all set. Go ahead and put it in park, which is going to be this button right on the outside. He's a pretty good driver.
He
What do
is.
you think?
He likes to fort.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Where there's a cone to my yeah.
Okay, you might pull up a little bit more. Yeah.
Well, this tech is like so new to me.
Yeah.
I don't have like my car's from 2013, so I don't have like any of this heads-up display. Or
Oh, yeah.
All I have is blind spot and lane center.
The only things I'm missing from this car are CD players, audio cassette players, and DVD players.
Oh, boy. Well, you don't even need DVD because you have apps, so you can stream.
But I preferred physical copies
Oh, man.
because you don't lose your content when they remove it from the cloud if you have physical copies.
Oh, that went out a long time ago.
Yeah.
If you can find me a car with a cassette and a CD player, you tell me. You let me know. A new one. Yeah, I haven't seen those in forever. You get up way more. But even with an 80
What is
something.
this like
Yeah.
yellow triangle?
I'm sorry.
What is like the yellow triangle? That's fine.
You know, I don't know if that has to do with like a sensor, like it senses you being in the car, like maybe the drive, like when you're actually sitting in the seat, but I don't know. Speed limit assist. It's not speed limit assist. I don't know what that means.
Well, definitely we could. VidFest has a lot of cars here. We'll say. They're really trying to advertise.
Yeah, they really are, and they're. I mean, from everything I've seen, they're amazing cars.
They're trying their best.
They are, and they're coming in at a competitive price point
Yeah.
too. Like with everything, from like their top of the line to their entry level models, they're so competitive. So I hope they do well. I mean, it's owned by the Vin Group, which in Vietnam they quite literally own and make everything. Like I mean, they're
It's a whole monopoly.
yeah, it's a whole monopoly in Vietnam. Yep. Everything from like media to cell phone. I mean, anything you can think of, the thing it makes. Yeah.
That sounds alright. Same for all the Samsung stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah. So what else are you guys gonna try today?
Everything besides Cadillac, because Cadillac is. I tried Cadillac last and I was like, this feels way too like old person and too much technology.
Oh, too much technology?
The Cadillac felt way too techy and then also like way too like catered towards like people way out of like my age range. Is how I got from Cadillac.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Well, Cadillac, you know what? I will say that. Yeah, they're normally known for being like
More
normally
like an
older crowd.
I feel like there's also like both it and GM, they put way too much technology in. I feel like there's just way too much of a tech car. Whereas Tesla, it's all centered on the screen.
Right.
It's like it's simple, but it's techy.
Tesla's simple, techy, but also kind of fun.
Yeah.
Same thing with this too. Like we go here, I mean they have apps again. It's very similar to kind of like Tesla's thing. Even right here, even like this, showing the airflow.
So what's like the price put on this car? Like base spec of this? Would you
Base
say?
is going to be 46. That's like base, and you still get a lot at 46. Mainly wheel size, color option. I mean, you have the same color options for both vehicles, like whether it be the Eco or the Plus, but I think you get one or two more options with the Plus. Horsepower is, you'll get a little more with the Plus, but again, it's not so much that you would really notice, in my opinion.
Some people more so want the range.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same battery size, but you'll get a little bit more range, right?
How does this do like with AC fast charging?
Oh yeah, there's level 3. I mean, 10 to 70% is going to be about half an hour.
It's not horrible.
Yeah, so it's not horrible at all.
Because really, you ideally want to bring it to 80 for the most part.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's very similar. Again, a lot of it's very similar to the way. So right here.
I will say for like the manufacturer, I feel like this floor mat catches on your foot.
Does it?
Yeah, I would say that's probably something you want to share with like the team. If occasionally like, it catches like on the bottom of your foot if you're trying to.
Actually, you want to pull right in here if you can?
I'll park it.
You go to park it parallel? Oh, actually, you know what?
Want to maybe pull from the head or?
Yeah, you want to parallel back up? Actually, if you want to keep going back, well, actually, what's behind? No, actually, this is cool. This is cool right here. Yeah. So floor mat. Let's take a look at what
Depending on how far you have your seat back, if your foot's like back here.
Okay, cool. So right here, we're already in park. You put your foot on the brake, press D, and we'll get going. All right, we're good to go. Questions you have, feel free.
How much does the VinFast cost? 'Cause I know it's relatively new on the market.
Correct. So we have the VF 6s and 7s, but they're not available for purchase just yet.
Those are like your more economical models.
Correct. Those are going to be more eco. Those are going to be relatively the same size as the 8s, or close to it. Of course, the 8s are like the 5-seaters. This is going to be your 7-seater option, or 6, 7 option.
What is the mileage on this car?
The mileage. So this is the Plus. So this you're going to get around 300 miles.
It drives it drives more. I'd say it drives more like a gas. Like it feels a lot more smoother.
It is smooth. Yeah. I mean, every EV model should be like
they're very snappy.
Yeah. Very, very, very smooth models, or smooth transitions.
Yeah.
This one's heavier, so obviously it's our largest one we offer. So the battery is like 120 kilowatt hour battery, so it's really big, heavy. So the get up is like 0 to 60 is like 6.3 or 6.4 seconds. So you do have, you know, a little bit more to go, but
Yeah.
still, once it's up there, the torque's really good, and it moves it moves nicely on the highway. But yeah, so you're asking though the price points. So they started around 46. That's going to be for your
like lower
the VF
mechanical model.
Yeah, that's going to be, so we have the Eco model and the Plus model. So the VF 8s start at 46. I think the Plus is 51.
And the Plus would have more range.
The
Type of thing?
Plus has a little more range, but more features mainly. And then for the 9, it starts at around 69.70, and the top of the line is 73. So this is going to be the top of the line.
Does it have any luxury features besides seat?
So many large.
Rumbles
So
or
number one, if
whatever?
you look at the panorama sunroof, it's going to be one of the largest panorama sunroofs you see out of
Is that
any brand.
optional? Is that like
No, this comes standard. This comes standard in the 9. Yeah, not optional. Well, not optional because the wheelbase is smaller in the 8. But yeah, this is going to come standard in the 9. So you're going to see it hit all the way back to that 3rd row back there. You have your ambient lighting, which comes standard. Your massage, heated and cooled seats, which comes standard. Your soft closed doors, which come standard. With the Plus model, that is.
Can you get cold seats that
has-
cool your buns?
That's standard.
has heated and
That's
cooled
standard.
seats.
Mhm.
Are there seats that cool your buns in this car?
That's standard. Yep.
No, cool, not heat. Cold
Cool.
seats.
Cool.
Yeah,
Standard.
he answered your question.
Yep. Standard.
Oh, I thought you just meant heated seats.
No, heated and cooled. Yep.
It feels very like suspension wise. It feels like very smooth. It's
Yeah.
Because I know the Model 3. My dad owned the Model 3 and the Model Y. They both feel very stiff and rigid.
Yeah. So, so our main competitors are going to be your Tesla Model Y, your the EV6, I think Kias,
And obviously Hyundai's version.
and obviously Hyundai's version as well. And then what else? There was one more. Other than the BMW, the I models.
The eyes do not do well from range. What I've seen on the internet.
Not range, but just I guess comparable, something more comparable.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that this is made by I think it's the Pina. Is it the Panina? It's the Pininfarina or the Pininfarina group, which makes Maserati, Lamborghini.
I didn't even know they own this.
Yeah, well, they help design the vehicles to be more aerodynamic and everything like that. So that's probably what you're feeling too.
What car brand is this?
I'm sorry,
What car brand is this?
car brand. This is VinFast. So it's a
VinFast is
Vietnamese
from- yeah,
Vietnam.
from,
Correct. Yeah.
What model?
This is going to be the EV9. So we have the EV8, which you can drive next. Actually, you can pull up right. Actually, no. You know what? We can pull up right in front of that car.
The blue one?
Yeah, the blue one right here.
Okay.
Oh, someone's about to take off. No, they're not. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's.
So, oh, sorry, reverse right there. I know. Takes some getting used to.
Imagine if it was raining. You need to turn that on.
You get so used to doing the electric of like.
Oh, I know. A lot of them are still here.
And some cars have it down here.
Some have it down here.
shifters.
Yeah, Mercedes has the little knob you turn from drive to reverse. Yeah.
Do you mean the electric ones or all of them?
All the brands. The electrics are pretty. I mean, even still, like people are putting their gear shifts in different places in the car. So yeah, and then to stop it, all we do is get out of the car, and then you would take your key. It's still gonna look like it's on, but then once you're away, you press
locks,
lock,
yeah.
and then boom. Yeah.
You can move this here. You'll press and hold those arrows to get it comfortable.
That's fine, right?
That's good. And then, how are your mirrors if you need to adjust those? All set? All right, so when you're ready, you'll put your foot on the brake, you'll move that down into drive, and when you turn on the blinker, you'll notice the blind spot display that comes up, which is really helpful. And we're going to make a right turn over here. Is this your first test drive of the day, or have you driven some
I've
other cars?
driven the 2 Rivians.
The 2 Rivians? Okay, so you're familiar with the test drive route then?
Yeah.
Got it, okay. All right. It is. On the Grand
line touring, you'll have 800 horsepower. On the touring, you'll have 620. I mean, these cars are no
I think
slouches.
that's a bit more than the average person needs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's the starting price? Like over 100 grand?
No, you know what? It used to be when we first launched for the Dream Editions. Those were about 170. For good reason, though. I mean, it had
You gotta start somewhere.
you got to start somewhere. Those were special editions with special paint, special interior. But now we start at 69,000. So we brought the cost down quite a bit.
69,000, you said?
Yes, sir. That's for the Air Pure. The
What's
lease
the range on that?
420 miles.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Because I've seen pretty familiar because Out of Spec on YouTube does their whole stress test of everything. And it's like Lucid seems to be pretty like they put their money where their mouth is. Of like they will lend him a vehicle and will tell him to basically purposely try to kill it.
Yeah. I
Which
mean,
I think is this more advertising.
The engineering on the Lucid is second to none. It really is a very well engineered product. I love it, and they're a lot of fun to drive too.
It's a very nice car. It's a bit out of my price range.
Just watch these two guys here. Well, keep in mind, depending on when you purchase and
All the tax credits and everything.
Yeah, you'll get tax credits. You'll have the on-site credit, the $3,000 on-site for some of our vehicles here.
And that's a Lucid credit?
Yeah, it's coming from our showroom, so it depends on which studio you go to and which car you select. But you do get a $3,000 credit, essentially, for some vehicles. Not every vehicle, I have to preface. It depends if it qualifies.
Do you think Lucid will try to like make something more economy, or they're just going to stick more towards like luxury?
Absolutely. So our end goal is to bring the cost down a little bit further. So what we're going to do here is we're going to introduce an entry-level SUV next year, in addition to an entry-level sedan after that.
I will say the one thing is this pillar is a giant blind spot.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help. The angle of this is not the best.
Yeah.
The angle of this exit here. But you get used to it, so that's part of the reason we have...
The camera helps to an extent.
The camera, the surround view monitoring, the blind spot detection. I mean, you have all these sensors helping you. Do you currently drive an electric vehicle?
I drive a plug-in hybrid.
Oh, nice.
So it's just what I could get when cars were in a shortage, and given that I'm a college student, I don't really have a huge amount of money to spend on something.
Yeah.
My adoptive mom drives me in an actual hybrid.
Oh, nice.
Toyota Prius.
Okay.
My dad's owned a few Teslas, and then he's tested Toyota's first electric vehicle with partner from Tesla. He's tested that, and then JD Power gave him like a Kia Niro when that was first coming out to like test and give reviews on.
Oh wow.
Then we've had a Fiat 500e. We've had the Honda Ioniq electric.
Okay. Just as testing, or like
the Niro was from JD Power. Everything else is like a lease.
Just watch this car here. He might not see us.
Honda did it right at the time. They had like an unlimited mileage lifetime warranty on the battery. That was like something that was a very good, probably money wise not good, but manufacturer stamp would have at the time was second to none.
Yeah.
And then it got totaled.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Someone rear-ended it, so it sucks, but it's life.
Yeah.
Are you talking about your Toyota Prius?
No.
Then what car was it?
The Hyundai.
Yours?
No.
Oh, my adoptive dad's. Your dad's.
Have you ever visited one of the Lucid showrooms?
I've been inside the one in Scottsdale, and I felt
fun.
I felt very out of place.
At the showroom? Oh, that's never the way we want you guys to feel. Here, you'll park right behind
Out of place in a good way or out of place in a bad way?
More so, like, as a college kid, I feel like they don't really take someone seriously. I mean, I get it. I'm not there to buy a car. I'm just there to look, because I don't really have a lot of money to spend.
Well, I'm sorry about that experience. It's definitely not...
It is what it is in life. You just make do. It wouldn't discourage me. I mean, it's just... It's life. You make do with what you got and keep moving.
Well, if you ever want to come by the Pasadena studio or the Beverly Hills showroom, which are both nearby, our team would be happy to give you a second experience into Lucid and take you around or let you... we even offer overnight loans if you guys want to take one home and go out to get dinner or something like that. So
it's very good advertising.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's very unique.
And then
that your first time in a Rivian earlier before as well?
Yeah.
Nice.
It might have been for me.
Also your first time? Or?
Probably, I guess.
And then we'll follow everyone else as well. Have you guys got a chance to go inside or anything yet?
We just got here.
Okay.
So I figured to do this before the line gets too
Oh,
big.
exactly. We gotta beat the lines.
I know last year a lot of GM had big issues with cars getting broken into. So did
Really?
Ford. They had their cars put in one of the garages and vandals broke into them.
Jesus.
For the show?
Yes, for the show.
That sucks.
Hopefully you guys put them somewhere safe.
We have a garage down the street, but then we also don't even keep anything inside of them, so that sucks.
Mhm.
But
It's LA. It's to be expected.
Yeah.
So where are you from?
I'm actually from New York,
Oh,
so
nice. It's
quite
other side of the country.
Other side of the country, yeah. It's always fun doing sort of these events and things like that. It's just fun meeting people, but then also like sort of first time driving the Rivian, so it's always amazing to experience that like sort of with you.
Yeah.
Sort of right. All right. Yep.
I like that they put a blind spot thing in the mirror.
Yeah.
So is it like a little light that pops up?
Yeah, so you get that little light on the mirror that pops up. Also, of course, your driver display on that center screen there. You see your blind spot there as a camera. If it senses a car in that actual blind spot, one, it'll give you a chime, but it'll also glow red, that little box there. So you'll see a couple of different ways someone's in your blind spot in case you don't see it directly in the mirror.
That's nice.
It's a super safe vehicle. I think sort of that's one of my favorite parts about a Rivian as well. Just it's a super.
It's all big technology.
Yeah, yeah. It's a giant computer on four wheels, is what I like to say.
Until it gets a brick.
Or until it becomes a brick, I guess you should say. Or how I would call it. If you know the term bricking your phone.
Yeah.
So does Rivian have four-wheel steering, or is it just the two wheels that turn?
Just the two wheels, yeah. And then they're all going to be all-wheel drive, but you can see like here, it's going to favor.
It will depend what wheels it needs to.
Exactly, a little bit more for. Always usually going to be the front ones doing most of the work, just because that's a little bit easier for it. But then essentially when the regen is happening there, you'll notice a little bit actually four-wheel action going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect. And there you go. And I'll also put up your cameras there. You have your.
It turns pretty good, I will say.
Yeah. And again, even like again, this is an R1T, so a little bit of a longer vehicle, so that turn radius does get affected, but still a very great vehicle to actually maneuver there.
Yeah.
Perfect. You got that. And then
Controls on the left for the left mirror, right controls for the right mirror. Perfect. Steering wheel feel good to you?
Yeah, it feels fine.
All right. Seat position good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now we're on all-purpose. I'm going to put us on standard height. For regenerative braking, do you like when it rolls a little more?
I don't really mind. I mean, I drive a plug-in hybrid, so I sort of have to use the brake to regen.
Gotcha.
So it'll be a bit jerky, like first, but it's a learning curve, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put you on standard. There is a lower setting. You said that you mentioned you've driven Tesla.
I've driven Tesla, like, their own stuff, and then I've driven mostly hybrids around.
Okay, perfect. For regen, you'll just feel the weight of the vehicle a little more. I'd say that's the only difference. But in terms of the regen, whenever you're ready, feel free to put that in perfect. And then you can back up a little bit here.
Different. As for work, I drive like big Chevy passenger express vans.
Oh, yeah, this is nothing.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is nice, but it's way too expensive.
Yeah, it's
up there.
it is a really great because they are more of the sedan like. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a great.
Is Rivian? Do you think Rivian will make a sedan, or that's to be determined?
We specialize in SUVs and trucks. R3 would be our closest to like a smaller, more compact vehicle. But I think we're gonna stick to the trucks and SUVs.
That's park.
Yeah, so this is a dual motor max pack battery, 410 miles at most, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. And then you're welcome to test acceleration here too. And then there's another point.
How competitive do you think Rivian will be with like their economy, like vehicle class, with like other similar like auto competitors, I guess you would say?
In terms of
Pricing?
I would say so. We started with larger vehicles, right, to get out into the market. There wasn't
Tesla started the same way, obviously.
exactly. There wasn't a lot of like trucks or SUVs. And then right now we're working our way down because our goal is to have accessible and affordable EVs for everyone. But of course, you start with
Did I go
the
straight?
bigger ones. We're just going to turn off here to the left, and then we're going to stay on this right lane here. And then we're going to just keep to the right here.
Okay.
So I'd say, yeah, if you wanted to kind of see your trajectory, I would say it is really similar to Tesla.
Because I know the federal mandates have helped people get a lot of them.
Yes. And then, of course, like, for us, too, we push out a lot of good incentives. So for, like, right now, we have an electric upgrade offer. If you have a gas vehicle or a hybrid, you don't need to trade it in. You just need to say, prove ownership of one. You'll get an amount of money off of your one that you choose from inventory. Things like that really help get folks into electric vehicles.
If I could afford one, I'd happily buy one right now. I don't make enough to really qualify to buy like a brand new vehicle.
Yeah. Well,
the used markets where I'm like looking at even for hybrids. Just
for sure, yeah. And that is always a great market, right? I would say, so one thing that we're doing, we have a pre-owned, we should have a pre-owned inventory, and I think that's being expanded throughout the U.S. So I think California, we might have it available here. But yeah, that's always great.
VinFast is really trying to be out here.
Yes, I was actually surprised to see them here.
Because I've heard mixed things about their vehicles. From what I've seen on out of spec, of just mixed reviews and how they've been a bit unreliable.
Yeah, I've only heard that they've been in Canada more, but now they're trying to, spread into the U.S. a little more. All right. And then depart. Yeah.
And then you walk away and it shuts off type of thing.
Exactly, yeah. So you're